Hello, I'm Mike Adams and I'm Chief Executive of Purple. And today we will be covering why disability should matter to your business and you as an individual member of staff. And if you have seen the introduction module, some of the information that I'm giving you today will be reinforced by what has already been said. So why should disability matter to your business? Well, first and foremost, the Purple Pound, the consumer spending power of disabled people and their families, equates to £249 billion a year in the UK alone. And we know that it is rising at 14% per year. And we also know, and it's later in the slide, that only 10% of businesses have any strategy to access the disability market, which is huge. And when I go in to organisations up and down the country, I describe to them sitting in a boardroom and a bright spark comes in and says, look, I have an idea about how we can access this new market, the disability market. It's worth £249 billion a year. We know that our competitors are unlikely to be accessing this market because less than 10% are doing so. And actually the solution to accessing is what our raison d'etre is. And it's about providing good customer service, a good customer experience, and some additional things in terms of meeting the needs of disabled people. And when we talk about the value, in terms of numbers, we are talking about 1 in 5 of the UK population will be consumers that have a disability. And when you translate that into numbers, in 2019, we were talking about 13.9 million. So in 2020, let's talk rounded up to 20 million people. And we know that there is a prevalence of disability rising with age. And as I sit here today, we are in the midst of the coronavirus crisis. And sadly, what we know is that as we come through this crisis, there will be an increase in numbers of people who are experiencing mental health and other long-term health conditions. So never has it been so important to get this right in the here and now and get this right 365 days a year in meeting this huge market. And I want to talk to you a little bit about buying products and services and accessing information. Because increasingly, and particularly in the environment that we currently are, the only gateway or a key gateway is websites. And recently, the Clickaway Pound report showed that the loss to UK PLC from disabled people clicking away from a website due to poor access or poor customer service equates to about £17.1 billion per year. And this has risen by 5 billion in the past 3 years. And people talk to me and people talk to everyone about the new normal and what will happen as we come out of this crisis. And I suspect one thing, that the move to online digital devices for how we live our day will simply increase and get bigger. And that applies to disabled people. So never has it been more important to ensure that access to your organisation through digital means needs to be accessible. And in terms of people who have gone into, whether it's shops, theatres, hotels, tourist destinations, 75% of disabled people and their families have walked away from a UK business due to issues of accessibility and or poor customer service. And actually the solution is pretty straightforward, and no business can afford for 3/4 of a market to walk away and not make a purchase, and more importantly, more crucial, never want to come back to your business again. And as I've said, and I'm emphasizing and re-emphasizing the point, it is estimated that only 10% of businesses currently have a strategic plan to access the disability market. And you can see how you can position yourself by doing the right thing for everyone is so important. And I just wanted to say one final thing again. If you are a member of staff in your organisation, 50% of people in the UK will know a disabled person either as a relative or someone in their close network. And I say to you, would you want your relative or someone in your close network to have an experience that is disadvantaged or less than anyone else simply because they had a disability? I'm sure you wouldn't. And that is why disability matters both to your organisation and to you as an individual member of staff. Thank you very much for listening, and see you again soon.